Jaya Nityananda.
Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jai Advaita Chanda Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jai Advaita Chanda Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jai Advaita Chanda Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna. Discussion today is on Sri Navadvipa Dhama, the place of pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he descended. Of course, he went in many places, but he appeared in Navadvipa Dhama. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachadini Nirvishesha Shunyani Ashatya Deshatari. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodita Bodhodaya Pushpavanta Chitra Shando Tamonado. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Shri Krishna Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and the moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Goda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. Sri Navadvipa Dhama is the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. You will not find much now in Shastra because it was a hidden dham, but now it's becoming manifest. A lot of writings sources of information are, from example, Navadvipa Dhama Mahatmya, Bhakti Ratnakar, and Navadvipa Bhava Taranga. These are smriti from our own sampradaya. Okay, so another also is Navadvipa Ashtaka. This is an Ashtakam written by Rupa Goswami describing, glorifying Navadvipa Dhama. Okay, so we'll begin reading verses and writings on appearance and description of the Dham in general. Then you have specific sections of the Dham. Navadvip means 9 islands. And it's called that because the different rivers are crisscrossing and making islands around the Dham. So it looks like so apparently like 9 islands, and each of them have a specific significance. So in Navadvipa Ashtakam it's written, Gaura Brahman Yatra Hari Swabhaktai Sankirtana Prema Bharena Sarvam Nima Jayatyujvala Bhava Sindhau Tam Shri Navadvipa Maham Smarami. I meditate on Navadvipa Dhama, where Gauranga would wander along with his devotees, filled with prema generated from their kirtan. They would drown everyone in the ocean of love of Krishna. So we're specifically reading from a publication called Sri Navadvipa Parikram by Bhakti Purushottam Swami Maharaj. The glories of Navadvipa Dhama are hidden even from the demigods. They were hidden from everyone. Demigods know more than us generally, but they didn't know about the Dham. We know that Brahma is the creator of the universe, yet he is not the original creator. Initially, every element was created by Vishnu. Thus, Vishnu is the primary creator, but even Vishnu cannot create without desire and sanction of Shri Krishna. Everyone is a servant of Krishna, even Vishnu, even other avatars. There's from one of the bhajans from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Sharanagati, there's a stanza. Tumi Sarveshwareshwara Brajendra Kumar, Tumara Ichhai Vishwe Sajana Sanghar, Tava Ichhamato Brahma Purena Sajan, Tava Ichhamato Vishnu Purena Palan. you, son of Nanda Maharaj, are the control of the controllers. By your desire only, this cosmic manifestation comes to existence and also gets annihilated. By your desire only, Brahma creates and Vishnu maintains. Thus, Sri Krishna is behind the creation of everything, with only one exception. Navadvipa Dhama. It was not created by desire of Lord Krishna. It was created by desire of Srimati Radharani. Okay, this is now taken, we read a little further later on how she created. Have you heard of that? Navadvip was created by Radharani. Okay, that will come a little later. Now, a book, so now we know Navadvipa Dhama is where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, but it's mentioned by acharyas that it is still there. The pastimes are still going on. The authority on the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Vrindavan Das Thakur, who is the incarnation of Vyasadeva in Chaitanya Leela. So he wrote a book called Chaitanya Bhagavat, describing pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But they describe principally the earlier pastimes. And after he took sannyas and left, that's not much covered. And so Chaitanya Charitamrita was written. And that gives detail much more on his teachings. Rupa Shiksha, Sanatan Shiksha, his discussion in South India. So now the verse occurs in Chaitanya Bhagavat. Adya piha se lila kare gora rai, kona kona bhagyavan dekhi bare pai, prabhura shri dham bhakti nitya parikar, ite anya mata yatha sevita pamar. Even now, Sri Gaurara is performing his pastimes, which only the most fortunate can see. There is no difference between the Lord's Sri Dham, Bhakti and his eternal associates. One who has a different opinion about this is most followed. Mahaprabhu's pastimes are taking place, okay, that is the shloka, the pastimes are taking place. So this narration continues in this book. Mahaprabhu's pastimes are taking place in Navadvip eternally. Before his appearance, during his appearance, and after his appearance, pastimes were taking place. We may say Mahaprabhu Leela started in whenever it started, 500 years ago. But before that, pastimes were taking place, as soon as Navadvip appeared. In fact, Navadvipa Dhama explains how Ramanujacharya, Madhava, and so many personalities came to Navadvip and met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Gaura Mandala Bhumi Deva Jane Chintamani Tar Hoy Braja Bhumi Bas. It's mentioned in this bhajan by Narahari Das that one who knows the Gaura Mandala Bhumi, the abode of Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu, is transcendental, is qualified to enter Braja Bhumi. Narottam Das Thakur. Now, Narahari Das Thakur has stated, Navadvipa Vrindavan Dui Eke Hoy, Gaur Shyam Rupe Prabhu Sada Vilasai. Navadvip and Vrindavan are one and the same. The Lord is eternally enjoying in both forms, at both places, as Gaura, golden, and Shyama, black, respectively. So, they are the same. And so then why did they appear? The answer is because specifically Mahaprabhu, Krishna, wanted to show his mercy by coming as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There are many reasons for his coming as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But one of them was to benedict the fallen souls, us, Kali Yuga, who cannot surrender due to a heavy, thick karma. We cannot perform Krishna. So now as we read in that verse, that one who understands the transcendental nature of Navadvip Dham can enter Vraja Dham. Otherwise, how to enter Vraja Dham? So difficult. So many offenses are considered. So many. We have to become qualified. We have to surrender first. But that's the problem. We cannot surrender. That's the problem. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Dham, Navadvip, helps us to become qualified and to enter into Brajabhumi. And for those who want it, they can enter into Navadvip Dhama, which is not different from Brajabhumi. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote in one of his writings that those who become attached to Navadvip Dham and Gaura Leela exclusively will enter there. Those who meditate on Navadvip Dham and Pasana and then attain qualification and then meditate on Brajabhumi will enter there. And those who worship Krishna and attach to Krishna Leela and Gaura Leela will enter both of them. Jiva will enter both. That's possible. Okay, now appearance of Mayapur, Navadvip Dham is given. As we mentioned, Krishna created everything but not this Dham. This occurs in one of the Smritis. The holy Dham descends with Sri Krishna, his associates and paraphernalia, Sri Mayapur Dham. However, Sri Mayapur Dham was Srimati Radharani's own creation to lure Krishna, this is esoteric, to lure Krishna from another lover. In the Ananta Samhita, Lord Shiva explains to Parvati why Srimati Radharani created the merciful Sri Dham Mayapur. Lord Shiva told Parvati, as a bee plays in a lotus, Krishna was enjoying with Viraja Gopi in the pleasant forest groves of Vrindavan. I am missing some parts. Radhika heard this news from one Sakhi and hastily ran to find Krishna. Seeing that Radha was coming, Krishna suddenly disappeared and Viraja became a river. When Srimati Radharani arrived there, she could not find him. Absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, Radha began to think of how to attract him away from her. Now, this narration is given, but some qualification is in line. We have to explain some points. Anytime we read that Radha is trying to lure Krishna away from someone else, it's so she can serve him, because she serves him better. That's all. It's not mundane envy or anything. She gathered her Sakhis together between the Ganga and Yamuna rivers and created a beautiful place, decorated with creepers and trees and filled with male and female bumblebees. Deer and bucks were happily enjoying as they wandered about, and the whole area was filled with fragrance of jasmine, malika, and malati flowers. That transcendental abode was adorned with tulasi forests and decorated with various groves. You know what's a grove? Kunja. You know what's a kunja? Grove. Okay, that is like bushes coming in such a way that it's blocking everything. You can go there and be blocked off. So Krishna was Kunja Vihari. He used to enjoy the groves along the Yamuna. So she created many groves. On Radha's order, the Ganga and Yamuna, with their pleasant water and banks, acted as a moat to protect the garden. Cupid himself, along with springtime, eternally resides there, and the birds constantly sing the auspicious name of Krishna. Radha, dressed in colorful cloth, then began to play a beautiful melody on a flute in order to attract Krishna. Attracted by that melody, Krishna appeared in that enchanting place. Radha, the attractor of Krishna's mind, seeing that Krishna had come, held his hand and experienced ecstatic delight. Then Krishna, understanding Radha's mood, spoke in a voice choked with love. "O lovely face Radha, you are my very life. There is no one more dear to me than you. Therefore I'll never leave you, never leave you. Just for me you have created this wonderful place. Staying with you, I will transform this place, filling it with new Sakhis and groves. The devotees will glorify this place as New Vrindavan or Nava Vrindavan. As this place is like an island, Dvip, the wise will call it Navadvip. By my order, all the holy places will reside here. Because you have created this place for my pleasure, I will live here eternally." It's a fact that all holy places are there. I went to Navadvip Parikram, they showed us, here's Varanasi, here's Kurukshetra, here's Prayagra, everything. Because you have created this place. Okay. those people who come here and worship us will certainly attain our eternal service in the mode of the Sakhis, Krishna's benediction. Oh dear Radha, like Vrindavan, this place is extremely pure. If anyone comes here just once, he will obtain results of going to all sacred places. He will quickly attain devotional service, which satisfies us. So who's narrating this? So he continues, Shiva. O Parvati, I have described to you the reason for the appearance of Navadvipa. When heard by mankind, this narration removes all sins and bestows devotional service. Whoever rises early in the morning and with devotion to Gora recites or hears this story of Navadvipa's creation will certainly attain Gauranga. Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki Jai. In Navadvipa Dhama by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, there is a description of the Swarup of Navadvipa Dhama. Okay, so we are seeing that. The following is a description of the Navadvipa Dhama from Sri Navadvipa Dhama by Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Navadvip, which is the crest jewel of all holy abodes, which is the sporting ground of the Sandini potency, which measures 16 kroshas in circumference, which is manifest in 9 islands, where the Chit and Anand potencies reside, and which is the sanctuary of all holy places, demigods, sages, and scriptures. May the Dham of Sri Navadvip become visible to my eyes. Sandini potency is the potency for existence. Sat. Sat. By Krishna's 3 potencies, he carries out existence, gives knowledge, and gives happiness. Sandini, Sambit, Ladini. So, the Sandini potency is sporting here. May my eyes behold the 16 kroshas of Vrindavan within the circle of Mathura Mandal, as identical to Navadvipa, within the circle of Gauda Mandala. These dhams are but 2 manifestations of one principle that is infinitely beginningless and purely spiritual, and which only for reasons of differing pastimes of the Lord has taken the form of 2 immaculate abodes. So now, many times we explain, Sri Navadvipa Dham is the way to enter Vrindavan. And approaching Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gaur Nitai, Panchatattva, will help us to approach Krishna. But one irony is, to study about Mahaprabhu and Krishna, you have to first, and his Dham, you first have to understand Krishna. To enter into these Shastras, we first have to read Bhagavad Gita, understand it, then Bhagavatam. So that is, it's high, spoken in a very high level language. But Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says in one shlok that, I can't remember which one I won't say it, sorry. By his inconceivable potency, Achintya Shakti, which is infinite and spiritual, the Lord has brought these 2 dhams into the material world in order to liberate the living entities dwelling there. By the power of the mercy of Sri Krishna, may the souls bound in matter someday see those abodes of Vrindavan and Navadvipa. See how fortunate we are. Because of Acharyas, the dhams are being revealed, and even the purpose. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he had so many visions and wrote books explaining about the truth of the Dham. Only by acquiring proper qualifications can all the senses of the living entities taste the spiritually variegated nectar of the holy dhams. Since unqualified material senses are incapable of tasting the sweet nectar, those so unfortunately endowed scornfully deride these places again and again as being insignificant locations made only of dull matter. Those who cannot perceive say it's dull matter. They are so unfortunate. The basis of qualification is the mercy of Krishna himself and the mercy of his devotees. Out of compassion for the living entities, the sadhus bestow this transcendental qualification unto other devotees by their own associates. One cannot attain this by following the paths of jnana, transcendental knowledge, or karma, fruit of activities, or yoga, mystic exercises. Only by means of shraddha, devotional faith, while strictly keeping the association of saintly devotees of the Lord, can one be victorious over matter. So, number of devotees going to Dham is 36. So, somehow we got the mercy. Of course, we didn't enter yet. But it's by the mercy of the Lord. There's so many people, even who we want to enter, but it depends on Krishna and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The very moment that the living entity gives up the entangling network of material illusions related to the senses, the eyes of the soul will behold the splendor of the spiritual Dham. Aha! Oh, when will I attain that state? When will I see Sri Navadvipa Dhama? So far beyond the mirage of mundane existence. Of course, he saw it, then he wrote about it. Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Now, glorification of Navadvipa Dhama, so many scriptures, so many glorifications are there. Okay, for people who say that we never heard of Navadvipa. Is it a Dham? Is it important? In Vayu Puran, Kalau Sankitanaram He Bhavishyami Shachi Sutta Swarna Nadi Tiramasthaya Navadvipe Janashraya Tato Dvija Kula Shreshthe Bhavishyami Dvijalaya. This verse was made famous on YouTube by one content creator.
15K views.
What?
15K views.
15K views. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, in Kali Yuga I will descend as the son of Shachi Devi on the bank of the Ganga in the populated land of Navadvipa. I will appear in the home of a respectable Brahmana at the inauguration of Sankirtan. This is from Vayu Puran. Agni Puran. Santatma Nambakantascha Gaurangascha Suravritaha. I will appear in a golden form as a peaceful soul with a long neck surrounded by demigods. Why is he saying peaceful form? Because Krishna, whenever he appears, he happens to be killing people. Or his avatar, he's always killing. No, this is going to be peaceful. This is Agni Puran. Then Garuda Puran. Sadhava Kali Kale tu Tyaktanya Tirtha Sevanam Vrindaranye Dhava Kshetra Navakhande Vasantiva. In Kali Yuga, saintly persons will give up living in other holy places and will live in Vrindavan or the land of Navadvipa. Skanda Puran, this is a long one, so I'll read the translation. Those who worship me in Kali Yuga while residing in Mayapuri will be freed from all sinful reactions and will achieve the supreme destination. Know that all holy places which separately reside in Navadvipa are 1 billion times more glorious in Kali Yuga. Just as metal in touch with a touchstone increases its value, the glory of a Tirtha grows when it is in touch with Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Kurukshetra, Varanasi, they're all dhams. But in Navadvipa, those dhams are much more powerful. This is referring to dhams, but even forms of Krishna. For example, Narsingha form in Navadvipa has taken on a very merciful nature because it's in touch with the heart. Skanda Puran again. Maya Mayapuri Sakshat Sarvananda Vivardhini Shri Garga Samhitayam Sakirtita Papa Nashini. Mayapuri is directly Maya, who increases everyone's happiness. The glories of that city, which destroys all sins, are narrated in Garga Samhita. Skanda Puran again. Maya tu bilva niladva Ganga devara vinirgatha Pursha vrita mai dravya Dhruva Mandala Madhyadya. Maya has originated from Ganga Dwar or from Bilva Nila Kshetra. It is manifest in Kushavrata. It is fixed and travels through the Dhruva Mandala. Okay, somewhere here is Maya. More Skanda Puran, O best of kings, I have heard that the attractive Maya Tirtha extends from the Lord's temple and half a krosha towards the north. No one could understand this, but now in the revelation by Acharya, we understand this is Maya. Then Sri Vishvasura Tantra. Lord Shiva said to Goddess Chandika, O beloved one, on the southern side of the river Ganga, in the pleasant Navadvipa Dhama, the Supreme Lord Krishna will appear to destroy the sins of Kali Yuga. He will take birth on the full moon night of the month of Phalgun in the house of Mishra Purandara from the womb of Shachi Devi in a golden form. Kularnava Tantra, Lord Shiva Shambhu said to Parvati, and then in the beginning of Kali Yuga, a personality who is an ocean of good qualities will take birth on the bank of the Ganga to preach the holy names of Lord Hari. I think all Shiva followers should join this movement. So Lord Shiva is glorifying Navadvipa so much. Brihad Brahma Yamala Tantra. That personality who is full of bliss and victorious all over the three planetary systems will arise near the Ganga in Navadvipa. He will have a beautiful golden form and will give simple persons the most pure Harinam to deliver them from the ocean of sins. He is famous in the world as Lord Gaurachandra. Brihad Brahma Yamala Tantra. Gaurahari, who lives in Navadvip to destroy the sins of Kali Yuga, wears a flower garland around his neck and shining golden earrings, decorating his cheeks. His arms are decorated with armlets and bracelets inlaid with divine gems. He distributes the holy names of Hari, which destroy all sins to the devotees. I worship that Gaura Sundar. Kapila Tantra. In the dark age of Kali Yuga in Mayapur within Jambudvip, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will perform Kirtan along with his associates. He will take birth in the house of a Brahmana. Mukti Sankalini Tantra. Kurukshetra is the Tirtha or purifying place of Satya Yuga, Pushkar for Treta Yuga, Naimisharanya for Dwapara Yuga, and Navadvip for Kali Yuga. Brahma Yamala. Or else, I will descend in the form of my devotee in Kali Yuga at the beginning of the age of the Sankirtan on earth in Mayapur. And lastly here, Krishna Yamala. The son of Shachi Devi will appear in the holy land of Navadvip. Punya Kshete Navadvipe Bhavishyati Shachi Sutaha. So these are quotes about Navadvipa Dhama. Now some general information about Navadvipa. As this book is explaining, it's not proper to limit the size of the Dham because Dham is unlimited and open. In Navadvipa Dham, all the Vaikuntha planets are resting. In Navadvipa Dham, all Vaikuntha planets are resting. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written that in just one portion of Navadvipa Dham, all the sacred places, sages, munis, demigods, Vedic scriptures and mantras reside. But for the benefit of our limited vision, the acharyas have mentioned different area sizes. Okay, so Navadvipa Dham is situated at the center of Gora Mandala Bhumi, which is shaped like a 100-petal lotus. Its circumference is 270 kilometers, 160 miles. Its diameter is 90 kilometers, radius is 51 kilometers. Ganga flows to the center of Gora Mandala Bhumi. Sri Gauranga performed these pastimes throughout Gora Mandala Bhumi. This is Gora Mandala. Now it's mentioned in one Narottam Das Thakur's song, Savarna Shri Gora Mahiva. glories of Sri Gauranga. Cannot read this, sorry. One who understands the transcendental nature of Navadvip and its surrounding area, where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enacted his pastimes, resides always in Vrindavan. So simply, Shri Gaura Mandala Bhumi Eva Jani Chintamani Tar Hoy Bhaja Bhumi Vas. By understanding Gaura Bhumi. So, if we can understand without speaking, then we'll understand. We will be able to enter Vrindavan now. There is a place called Nadia in Gaura Mandala Bhumi. Now, this is known as a district in Bengal today. But there is no particular town or village known as Nadia. Navadvipa Dhama is situated in Nadia. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has unlimited forms. Why is it called Nadia? So many rivers. Rivers all over the place. If you're coming by train, you see. Well, not now, it's Kali Yuga. Many rivers are not there. They're there, but in unmanifest form. The Supreme Personality of God has unlimited forms to which he enjoys unlimited rasas and exhibits unlimited bhavas. The three main bhavas are Aishwarya Bhav, Madhurya Bhav and Navadvipa Dhama is Audarya Bhav. In Vaikuntha, the Supreme Personality of God in the form of Narayana enjoys Aishwarya Bhav. In Golok Vrindavan, Lord Sri Krishna enjoys Madhurya Bhav. In Navadvip, the Lord in the form of Sri Gauranga enjoys Audarya Bhav. Audarya means magnanimity, generosity, or overflowing mercy. By this mode of magnanimity, the Lord enables his devotees to possess all qualities that he himself possesses. Navadvip means 9 islands. During Mahaprabhu's time, these 9 islands were more visibly distinct due to the flow of different rivers and lakes all over Navadvip. You can imagine so many rivers. These rivers are no longer running, but some areas of dry riverbeds or portions of rivers with water can still be seen. It's been mentioned that there were 16 rivers flowing through Navadvip, and 9 islands were created due to the intersecting flow of the rivers. So the 16 rivers I'm going to list now that were flowing in Navadvip, okay? Yamuna, Bhogavati, Alakananda, Kaveri, Saraswati, Tamraparni, Brahmaputra, Sarayu, Ganga, Manasa Ganga, Kritamala, Vidyadari, Narmada, Gomati, Mandakini, and Godavari. They were flowing. Huh? Godavari.
Are these the names of the river or the actual rivers they reached?
They are the rivers, Godavari River.
Probably starts from Karnataka and comes here.
Then it went there.
Or is it just the name of the river?
No, it's Kaveri. When
It's
he went
actually
there,
Kaveri.
all holy rivers, places came there. They were there. We may not understand our material. I'm trying to reason it. Anyway, it's written here. The 9 islands of Navadvipa Dhama resemble an 8-petal lotus flower. So, Gaura Mandala Bhumi, the whole of it, that is a large area which the parikram can be done to visit all the holy places. But Navadvip, and that is resemble a 100-petal lotus. Navadvipa Dhama, it says, resemble an 8-petal lotus with a whorl, Karnika, at the center. Of the 9 islands, 4 are situated on the eastern side of the Ganga and 5 are situated on the western side. The 4 eastern islands are Antadvip, Simantadvip, Godrumdvip and Madhyadvip. The 5 western islands are Koladvip, Ritudvip, Janudvip, Godrumdvip. Which one did I miss? Where is this called?
Antara.
No.
Kolu.
No. Yes. Antadvip is Yogdvip. Each island represents one of the 9 processes of devotion. We know 9 processes of devotion. So the islands represented. Antardvip represents Atma Nivedanam, full surrender. Simantadvip represents Shravanam, hearing. Godrundvip represents Kirtanam, chanting. Madhyadvip represents Smaranam, remembering. Koladvip represents Pada Sevanam, serving the lotus feet. Ritudvip represents Archana, worship. Janudvip represents Vandanam, praying. Modadrundvip represents Dasyam, becoming a servant. And Rudradvip represents Sakhyam, being a friend. It's recommended that one performs Navadvipa Dhama Parikram in the order mentioned above. They start with Antardvip. That's where yoga is. Simantadvip is where ISKCON Rajapur is, that Bodhram, Swananda Sakadakam Swaradvip. The center of Navadvip is Antardvip. Antardvip is located at the Karnika of the 8-petal lotus. The circumference of Antardvip is 16 kilometers or 10 miles. The Shastras describe the island situated at the junction of Ganga and Yamuna rivers is Antardvip. And Mayapur lies within Antardvip. Mayapur's circumference is almost 5 kilometers. At the center of Mayapur is Yogpit, which is a central point of Navadvip and the appearance place of Sri Gauranga. There are 7 holy cities present in Navadvip Dhama. No, the 7 holy cities known that are famous are located in Navadvip. They are Mathura, Ayodhya, Haridwar, Kashi, Kanchi, Avanti or Ujjain, and Dwarka. Even the 12 forests, Dwadashavan, are in Navadvip. The 12 forests, Gokul Mahavan, is in Antardvip. Madhuvan and Mathura, north of Pritukund, Chandkazi's house. That's where it is. Nandagram, that is in Godrundvip. Bahulavan, Koladvip. Giri Govardhan is in Kodia Pahar mountain in Koladvip. Bhadravan is Janudvip. Bhandiravan, Modadvip. Kamyavan is in Mahatpur in Modadvip. Talavan, Maya Madi in Simantadvip. I know many of us don't know this. Where?
Listen to this Maya Madi.
Oh. Bilvavan is in Rudradvip. Khadiravan, Champahatta. Radhakund, Ritudvip. All incarnations of the Lord also reside in Navadvip. During the 4 different yugas, the Lord appeared in 4 different forms in Navadvip. Satyuga, Sri Nrsimhadev appeared in Godrundvip. Treta Yuga, Ramachandra in Modadrundvip. In Dwapar Yuga, Sri Krishna in Samudra Gar appeared in Koladvip. In Kali Yuga, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu in Sri Navadvip Dhama. He also appeared as Varaha in Koladvip. Great demigods and goddesses like Brahma, Rudra, Indra and Parvati also came to Navadvip Dhama to perform austerities in order to receive the blessings of Sri Gauranga. This is in Navadvip Dhama Mahatma. Great rishis and munis like the 4 Kumaras, the 6 Goswamis, Janu Muni, were also performing tapasya in Navadvip Dhama. The acharyas of the 4 Sampradayas, Nimbark, Madhvacharya, Vishnu Swami and Ramanuja also visited Navadvip Dhama and were blessed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Following the footsteps of all previous acharyas, our most beloved founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, also accepts Sri Navadvip as his place of worship. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now some quotes from Sri Dham, Sri Navadvip Dham Mahatmya. That has different sections. This is from Parikram Khand. Now here, brothers, of the places that I will describe within the 16 koshas of Navadvip Dhama. If I'm not mistaken, Nityananda Prabhu speaking in Navadvipa Dhama to Jiva Goswami. 16 rivers exist eternally within the 16 krochas area of Navadvip. On the eastern bank of the main flow of the Ganga are the 4 islands, and on the western bank there are 5. The different tributaries of the Ganga surround these islands and give the Dham its splendor. The main flow of the Ganga always flows in the middle, while other pious rivers flow in various tributaries. Near the Ganga flows the beautiful Yamuna, and Saraswati flows within another river. East of the Yamuna are the long streams of the Tamrapani, the Krittamala, and the Brahmaputra. The Sarayu, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri, Gomati, and Godavari flow swiftly throughout the breadth of Navadvip. All these rivers intersect to form the 9 islands of Navadvip. To see them, we had to come on proper consciousness, and we will see them. We will see Dham. In Bhakti-Santa Vaibhav, Bhakti-Santa Saraswati Thakur says, Vishnu likes to reside in places where his Shakti in form of rivers is crossing around. And he gave example of Srirangam and following the desires of the Lord. Sometimes the streams dry up. The streams dry up. And then again by his wish they flow with water. By the Lord's wish, sometimes places become covered with water, then by his wish they become visible again. In this way the Dham endlessly enacts its Leela. But the same Dham remains always manifest to the fortunate living entity. If a devotee has an acute desire in his heart, all islands and rivers will be visible. By devotion, the Dham is sometimes visible in dreams, meditation, or to the eye, naked eye. The island which lies at the junction of the Ganga and Yamuna is known in Shastra as Antardvip. Within Antardvip lies the holy sanctuary of Mayapur where Lord Chaitanya appeared. Know, devotees, that Mahavan in the center of Goloka is none other than Mayapur of Navadvip. So, Mahavan, I think that is also known as Vrindavan. Gokul, we know Gokul is in Vrindavan. Gokul is Mahavan forest. It's Mahavan forest. So Gokul is where Krishna performed his childhood pastimes. Is non-different from Antardvip, where Mahaprabhu appeared. Yoga. Shvetadvip, Vaikuntha, Goloka and Vrindavan reside in Navadvip at all times. By the order of Gaurachandra, the 7 holy cities, Ayodhya, Mathura, Maya, it says in bracket Haridwar, Kashi, Kanchi, Avanti, Ujjain, Dwaraka are always present in their own places within Navadvip. The city of Maya at Ganga Dwar has its original form as Mayapur in Navadvip Dhama. The glories of this particular place are profusely sung in the scriptures. That person who once visits Mayapur is easily freed from the bondage of Maya. One who walks throughout Mayapur is freed from the influence of Maya and repetition of birth and death. By the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we'll walk a lot. You can take a rickshaw. I think now it's not written because that time there was no rickshaw. But I think if you take rickshaw around, because you're going around, it's also purifying. So this is taken from Sri Navadvipa Dhama Mahatmya, Parikram Khan, chapter 3. Sri Navadvipa Dham ki jai. To be continued, Krishna will.
What is the difference between